Hello everyone, and welcome to the English Globe. I'm Adam, and I'm thrilled to be here with you today for another exciting and informative episode of our English learning podcast. We're so glad you've chosen to spend some time with us to improve your English skills and learn something new.
And I'm Julia. It's always such a pleasure to connect with all of you, our wonderful listeners, from all around the world. Here at the English Globe, our goal is to make learning English easy, fun, and enjoyable, while also talking about interesting topics that can inspire and motivate you.
Absolutely, Julia. Today, we have a really important topic that I think everyone will benefit from, no matter their age, background, or lifestyle. We're going to talk about physical activity and why it's so important for living a balanced and healthy life. This is a topic that doesn't just relate to fitness. It also touches on your mental well-being, your energy levels, and even your happiness.
That's so true, Adam. Many people think physical activity is only about losing weight or building muscles, but it's so much more than that. Physical activity can boost your mood, help you feel more energetic, and even improve your focus. It's an essential part of a balanced life, and we're going to explore all of that in today's episode.
During this podcast, we'll first explain what physical activity really means, especially for those who are just starting out or don't know where to begin. Then, we'll dive into the amazing benefits of staying active, physical, mental, and even social. We'll also share some practical tips for getting started with simple exercises and discuss common barriers that stop people from being active, along with solutions to overcome those challenges.
And that's not all. We'll also talk about real-life examples and stories of how people have changed their lives by incorporating physical activity into their daily routines. These stories might inspire you to take that first step toward a more active and balanced lifestyle.
That's right. We'll make sure today's discussion is simple, clear, and easy to follow, so you can not only improve your English, but also learn how to take better care of yourself. And of course, we'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences, so don't forget to share them in the comments section below.
Before we get started, we have a small request. If you're enjoying this podcast or finding our content helpful, please take a moment to like this video. Your support means the world to us.
And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The English Globe. By subscribing, you'll never miss an episode, and you'll always have access to fun and engaging English learning content. Plus, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll know every time we upload something new.
So grab a notebook if you like, sit back, and let's dive into today's topic, the importance of physical activity for a balanced life. We promise you it will be both informative and inspiring.
Physical activity, in its simplest form, means any movement of the body that requires energy. It's something we do every day, often without even thinking about it. For example, walking to the store, climbing stairs, or even cleaning your house all count as physical activities. But when we talk about being physically active in a more focused way, we're referring to activities that are done intentionally to improve your health, fitness, and overall well-being. These include exercises like jogging, cycling, swimming, yoga, or even light stretching. Physical activity can be as simple or as structured as you want it to be, which means that there's something for everyone, no matter their level of experience or fitness.
That's a great explanation, Adam. I think many people get intimidated when they hear the term physical activity because they associate it with intense workouts at the gym or running marathons. But physical activity doesn't have to be complicated or extreme. It can be as simple as taking a brisk walk in the park or dancing to your favorite music in your living room. Even activities like gardening, playing with your kids, or doing household chores are forms of physical activity. What's important is that you're moving your body in ways that increase your heart rate and engage your muscles.
Exactly, Julia. And the wonderful thing about physical activity is that it's incredibly versatile. For example, some people love group activities like team sports or fitness classes, while others prefer individual exercises like running or yoga. Some people enjoy high-energy activities like Zumba or aerobics, while others prefer something calmer, like Tai Chi or light stretching. The key is to find what works for you and to enjoy the process. Physical activity is not a one-size-fits-all concept, which is why it's accessible to everyone, no matter their preferences or abilities.
And it's important to mention that physical activity is not just for young people or athletes. It's something that benefits everyone, regardless of their age, gender, or fitness level. For children, physical activity helps with growth and development. It keeps them active, strengthens their muscles and bones, and even improves their focus and learning ability. For adults, staying active helps maintain a healthy weight, reduces the risk of chronic diseases like diabetes and heart problems, and boosts mental well-being. And for older adults, physical activity can help improve balance, prevent falls, and keep them independent for longer.
That's so true, Julia. And let's not forget that physical activity is also important for people with different physical conditions or disabilities. There are specially designed exercises and movements that cater to various needs, ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to stay active and reap the benefits. For instance, seated exercises are a great option for people who may not be able to stand for long periods. Similarly, swimming is an excellent low-impact activity that's easy on the joints, making it ideal for people with arthritis or similar conditions.
Another important point is that physical activity doesn't have to take up a lot of your time. Even small amounts of movement can make a big difference. For example, taking a 10-minute walk after meals can improve digestion and help manage weight. Or you can stretch for a few minutes in the morning to wake up your body and feel more energized for the day ahead. The idea is to incorporate movement into your daily routine in ways that feel natural and sustainable for you.
That's right, Julia. And the beauty of physical activity is that it's not just about the physical benefits. It also has a profound impact on your mental and emotional health. When you're active, your body releases chemicals called endorphins, which are often referred to as feel-good hormones. These chemicals help reduce stress, improve your mood, and even combat feelings of anxiety or depression. So, being physically active is not just about looking good. It's also about feeling good from the inside out.
And let's not forget the social aspect of physical activity. Engaging in group exercises or sports can help you meet new people, build friendships, and feel more connected to your community. Whether it's joining a local soccer team, taking a group yoga class, or even walking with friends, being active together can be a great way to strengthen social bonds while improving your health.
So, to sum it up, physical activity is all about moving your body in ways that improve your overall health and well-being. It can be as simple as walking or stretching, or as intense as running or weightlifting. The important thing is to find activities you enjoy and make them a regular part of your life. And remember, it's never too late to start. No matter your age, fitness level, or lifestyle, there's always a way to stay active and take that first step toward a healthier, more balanced life.
That's so well said, Adam. And for those of you listening, we encourage you to think about how you can add more movement to your daily life. It doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. Even small changes can have a big impact over time. And as we continue this podcast, we'll share even more tips and ideas to help you get started.
When we talk about physical activity, it's impossible not to marvel at the vast range of benefits it brings to our lives. Let's begin with the physical benefits, which are the most commonly discussed and recognized. Regular physical activity plays a key role in maintaining and improving our overall health. For starters, it strengthens our heart, which is one of the most vital organs in our body. By engaging in activities like walking, running, or swimming, we enhance our cardiovascular health, allowing our heart to pump blood more efficiently and reducing the risk of heart-related illnesses such as hypertension, heart disease, and strokes. In addition to supporting the heart, physical activity also improves lung capacity and strengthens muscles and bones, helping us maintain our mobility and independence as we age.
That's so true, Adam. And another significant physical benefit of staying active is weight management. In today's world, where many people have sedentary lifestyles and are surrounded by processed foods, it's easy to gain weight without realizing it. Physical activity helps us burn calories, which is essential for either losing weight or maintaining a healthy weight. It's important to remember that this doesn't mean you have to spend hours in the gym. Even small, consistent activities like a brisk walk, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or cycling to work can add up over time and make a big difference in managing weight. It's not just about how much you move, but also about making movement a regular part of your life.
Exactly, Julia. And beyond weight management, physical activity also helps with flexibility and balance. These are especially crucial as we get older because they help prevent falls and injuries, which can sometimes lead to serious health issues. Activities like yoga and Pilates are excellent for improving flexibility and balance, and they're suitable for people of all ages and fitness levels. What's amazing is that even light stretching every day can reduce stiffness and improve mobility, making daily tasks easier and more enjoyable.
While the physical benefits are impressive, the mental benefits of physical activity are equally, if not more, transformative. One of the most immediate and noticeable effects of being active is the reduction of stress. When we exercise, our bodies release endorphins, which are natural chemicals that help us feel happier and more relaxed. These endorphins act as stress relievers, and they can even reduce feelings of anxiety and depression. For people who have busy, stressful lives, physical activity can serve as an escape, a time to focus on yourself, disconnect from the pressures of the world, and recharge your mind and body.
That's such an important point, Julia. And let's not forget how physical activity can improve our mood and boost our confidence. Have you ever noticed how good you feel after a workout or even a simple walk? That's because being active helps increase self-esteem and gives you a sense of accomplishment. When you set a goal, like walking 5,000 steps a day or doing yoga 3 times a week, and you achieve it, you feel proud of yourself. This positive reinforcement can have a ripple effect, encouraging you to set and achieve other goals in your life, both big and small.
Absolutely, Adam. And another mental benefit that people often overlook is how physical activity improves the quality of our sleep. When we're active during the day, our bodies are more tired by nighttime, which helps us fall asleep faster and enjoy deeper, more restful sleep. This is especially true for moderate activities like jogging, swimming, or even a long walk. Better sleep means we wake up feeling refreshed and ready to take on the day, and it also contributes to better focus, productivity, and overall well-being.
And now, let's not forget the social benefits of physical activity, which are just as meaningful. Engaging in group activities like playing soccer, joining a dance class, or participating in a community running club gives you an opportunity to meet new people, form friendships, and feel a sense of belonging. In today's digital world, where many of us spend hours in front of screens, it's more important than ever to find ways to connect with others in person. Physical activity provides that chance.
That's so true, Adam. In fact, physical activities that involve teamwork, such as volleyball, basketball, or even doubles tennis, teach us valuable social skills like communication, cooperation, and problem-solving. These are skills that not only help us in our personal relationships, but also in our professional lives. And even if you're not into team sports, simply walking with a friend or joining a local yoga class can create meaningful connections and make your fitness journey more enjoyable.
I love how physical activity brings people together, Julia. It's also worth mentioning that it can strengthen family bonds. For example, going on a hike with your family, playing catch with your kids, or even doing a group workout at home can create wonderful memories while also promoting a healthy lifestyle. It's a great way to spend quality time together while doing something that benefits everyone's health.
To sum it up, physical activity is truly a gift that keeps on giving. From improving our physical health and managing weight to boosting our mood, reducing stress, and helping us sleep better, the benefits are endless. And let's not forget the joy of connecting with others through shared activities, which adds an entirely new dimension to our lives.
That's right, Julia. And as we've said before, you don't need to do anything extreme to enjoy these benefits. Start small, stay consistent, and find activities that make you happy. Physical activity is not just about the body, it's about the mind, the heart, and the connections we build along the way.
So if you're listening to this podcast and thinking about starting a more active lifestyle, let this be your motivation to take that first step. You deserve to feel your best, both physically and mentally, and physical activity is one of the best ways to achieve that. Stay tuned, because next we'll share some practical tips on how to get started with physical activity, no matter your current fitness level.
Now that we've explored the incredible benefits of physical activity, you might be wondering, how do I get started? The good news is that starting physical activity doesn't need to be complicated or overwhelming. In fact, it can be incredibly simple, and it's all about finding activities that feel comfortable for you as a beginner. One of the easiest and most accessible ways to start is by taking a morning walk. It might sound basic, but walking is one of the best forms of exercise because it's easy on the body, doesn't require any special equipment, and can be done anywhere. A brisk walk around your neighborhood or a local park can get your heart rate up, stretch your muscles, and clear your mind, all while enjoying some fresh air.
Absolutely, Adam. Walking is such a great way to start your fitness journey. And if you're looking for something even gentler, light stretching is another excellent option. Stretching helps improve flexibility, prevent injuries, and can be done right in the comfort of your home. In the morning, you can dedicate just a few minutes to gently stretching your arms, legs, and back. It's a great way to wake up your body and get the blood flowing. You can even incorporate breathing exercises, which will help calm your mind and set a positive tone for the day ahead. Stretching doesn't have to be long or intense. Just 5 to 10 minutes is enough to feel the difference.
That's a great point, Julia. And another simple activity to consider is bodyweight exercises like squats, lunges, or push-ups. These exercises don't require any special equipment, and they're easy to modify based on your fitness level. You can start with just a few repetitions and gradually increase the number as you get stronger. Bodyweight exercises target multiple muscle groups at once, so they're efficient, and they help you build strength over time. Starting with basic exercises, like wall push-ups or chair squats, can also make it easier to ease into a more active routine.
And don't forget about the importance of starting slow. If you've been inactive for a while, it's perfectly fine to take things step by step. The key is to build a routine that feels manageable and sustainable, rather than pushing yourself too hard right away. If you start with just 10-minute walks or 5-minute stretches and slowly build up from there, you'll not only prevent injury, but also develop confidence in your ability to stay active. The idea is to make physical activity a part of your lifestyle, not something you feel you have to force yourself to do.
That's such an important reminder, Julia. Another thing to keep in mind is the importance of variety. While walking, stretching, or bodyweight exercises are fantastic, it's helpful to introduce a little variety into your routine to keep things interesting and prevent boredom. This doesn't mean you have to do something different every day, but alternating between activities like swimming, yoga, or cycling can keep you engaged and excited to move. Plus, different activities engage different muscles and help improve overall fitness. For example, you might take a walk on one day, do a short yoga session on another, and try some bodyweight exercises the next. Variety will not only help you stay motivated, but also improve your strength, flexibility, and endurance in the long run.
Speaking of staying motivated, let's talk about some practical tips for maintaining consistency. It's one thing to start, but it's another to stick with it, right? One of the best ways to stay consistent is to establish a routine. If you plan your physical activity at the same time each day, it becomes a habit. You could decide to take a walk every morning before breakfast or do a short stretch session right before bed. Having a consistent time each day helps your body and mind get used to the idea of exercise, making it feel more natural and less like a chore.
That's a great strategy, Julia. And another tip for staying motivated is to make your physical activity enjoyable. You're more likely to stick with something if you enjoy doing it. If you're not a fan of running or gym workouts, that's okay. Try something else. Maybe you'd enjoy dancing, cycling, or even a fun game of basketball with friends. The key is to find activities that make you feel good and that you look forward to doing. And of course, it's always easier to stay motivated when you see progress.
Yes, Adam. Seeing progress is such a huge motivator. And that brings us to our next point, setting realistic goals. When you start a new routine, it's important to set goals that are achievable and that won't overwhelm you. For instance, if you're just starting out, rather than setting a goal to walk for an hour every day right away, aim for a 10-minute walk a few times a week. Once you're comfortable with that, you can gradually increase the time or distance. Setting smaller, achievable goals helps you build momentum and celebrate small victories along the way, which makes you feel good about your progress.
Exactly. And remember, goals don't always have to be about intensity or duration. They can also focus on consistency. For example, your goal might be to do some physical activity at least 5 days a week, no matter how long or intense it is. The consistency will help form a healthy habit, and over time, you'll start to notice improvements in your fitness levels, energy, and mood.
It's also important to track your progress, whether it's through a fitness app, a journal, or even just checking off days on a calendar. Tracking helps you see how far you've come and reminds you of your achievements, which can boost your motivation. Plus, tracking makes it easier to adjust your goals as you go. Maybe after a few weeks you feel ready to increase your walking time, add more stretching, or try a new activity like swimming. The key is to start where you are and progress at your own pace.
And let's not forget the importance of listening to your body. While it's great to push yourself, it's equally important to give yourself grace and rest when needed. If you feel pain or discomfort, that's your body's way of telling you to slow down. Rest days are just as important as workout days because they allow your muscles to recover and grow stronger. So, while it's good to be consistent, don't beat yourself.
Well said, Adam. Another helpful tip for beginners is to find an accountability partner or a support group. Having someone to work out with or check in on your progress can make all the difference in staying motivated. Whether it's a friend, family member, or even an online community, sharing your journey with someone else can provide encouragement, celebrate victories together, and keep you accountable. Sometimes just knowing that someone else is expecting you to show up for a walk or a workout can be the push you need to stay consistent.
And don't forget the power of rewards. It's always nice to treat yourself when you reach a milestone, like completing your first week of consistent activity or achieving a fitness goal. Your reward doesn't have to be big. It could be something as simple as a relaxing bath, a favorite healthy treat, or watching an episode of your favorite show. Rewards help create positive associations with physical activity and make it feel more enjoyable.
So, to recap, starting physical activities is all about finding what works for you, starting slow, setting realistic goals, and staying consistent. By choosing easy activities, like morning walks or light stretching, and making it a part of your routine, you can create healthy habits that last. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about taking those small steps to make physical activity a regular part of your life.
Exactly, Julia. And if you ever feel discouraged, just remember that every little bit counts. Whether it's a 5-minute walk, 10 minutes of stretching, or doing a few squats in your living room, every step brings you closer to a healthier, more balanced life. So get out there, start small, and enjoy the process. All right, now that we've discussed how to get started with physical activity and the incredible benefits it brings, let's take a moment to address a very common issue that many people face. Barriers. Starting a fitness routine can be difficult, and there are often a number of obstacles that prevent us from staying active. These barriers can take many forms, but some of the most common ones are lack of time, lack of energy, and lack of motivation. So, let's explore these barriers in detail and look at some practical solutions that can help overcome them.
Absolutely, Adam. Let's start with the most common barrier, lack of time. For many of us, life can get very busy, and it might feel impossible to find the time to exercise, especially when we have so many other things to juggle, like work, school, family, and social commitments. It's easy to feel like we simply don't have time to work out. But the good news is that even with a busy schedule, there are ways to fit physical activity into your day.
Exactly, Julia. One of the simplest solutions to this barrier is to schedule physical activity, just like any other important task. When you plan your workouts ahead of time and add them to your calendar, it becomes a part of your routine. Scheduling physical activity can also help you make it a priority in your day. For example, if you know that mornings are the busiest time for you, you might want to schedule a quick 10-minute stretch or a walk after work instead. By blocking out time specifically for physical activity, you're more likely to stick to it, and it helps you stay organized and committed.
That's a fantastic point, Adam. Scheduling is key. Another thing to keep in mind is that you don't have to do long, intense workouts every day to stay active. Even short bursts of activity can have a big impact. For example, if you only have 15 or 20 minutes, try doing a quick bodyweight exercise circuit or a brisk walk around the block. These shorter workouts are just as effective as longer ones.
Right, Julia. And even small efforts add up over time. Let's move on to another common barrier: lack of energy. This is a big one for many people, especially after a long day of work or other responsibilities. Sometimes, after a stressful or tiring day, the last thing you feel like doing is moving your body. You might feel like you just don't have the energy to exercise. But here's the interesting thing: physical activity actually boosts your energy levels. It may seem counterintuitive, but even just a short walk or some light stretching can give you a burst of energy.
Yes, Adam, it's true. Exercise helps increase circulation, get your heart pumping, and release endorphins, your body's natural mood-boosting chemicals. So, even if you feel tired, a quick walk or a few minutes of stretching can help clear your mind and increase your energy. And here's something important to remember. If you're feeling particularly exhausted, it's okay to start with something low intensity, like a gentle walk or some deep breathing exercises. You don't have to jump into a high-intensity workout if you're not feeling up to it. But getting started with even a little movement will help you feel more energized in the long run.
That's a great point, Julia. Sometimes starting with something small is all you need to overcome the feeling of fatigue. Now, let's talk about another huge barrier: lack of motivation. Motivation is something we all struggle with from time to time. It's easy to feel excited about starting a new fitness routine, but keeping that enthusiasm going can be much harder, especially when life gets busy or when progress seems slow. So, how do we stay motivated in the long run?
That's such a crucial question, Adam. Staying motivated can be tricky, but one solution is to make your physical activity fun. If you're doing something you enjoy, you're much more likely to stick with it. For example, if you enjoy dancing, find a dance workout video online and dance your heart out. If you like the outdoors, go for a hike. Or if you love being social, try joining a group fitness class. When you find activities that you genuinely enjoy, physical activity stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like something fun to look forward to.
Exactly, Julia. Making exercise enjoyable is such an important piece of the puzzle. Another great way to stay motivated is to set realistic, achievable goals. When we set small, manageable goals, it's easier to see progress and stay motivated. For example, you might set a goal to walk for 15 minutes every morning or to do a short yoga routine 3 times a week. These smaller goals are much easier to achieve than aiming for something big right away, and when you reach them, you can celebrate your success. Achieving small goals also builds momentum and gives you the confidence to keep going.
That's right. And let's not forget the power of tracking your progress. Keeping track of your activity, whether it's in a journal, an app, or just on a calendar, can be incredibly motivating. Tracking allows you to see how far you've come, and it provides a visual reminder of your commitment to staying active. It's also a great way to look back and reflect on how much you've achieved, which can inspire you to continue. And if you ever feel like you've hit a plateau, tracking can help you notice areas for improvement and set new goals.
Absolutely, Julia. And another great strategy to stay motivated is to get a workout buddy or join a group activity. Sometimes, having a friend to exercise with or being part of a community can make all the difference. It's not only more fun to exercise with others, but it also adds a layer of accountability. If you know a friend is expecting you to join them for a walk or a workout, you're less likely to skip it. Plus, you can encourage each other, celebrate victories together, and make physical activity a social event.
I completely agree, Adam. Accountability is key, and it's amazing how much more enjoyable physical activity can be when you have someone to share it with. Now, another common barrier people face is lack of space or access to equipment. Maybe you don't have a gym membership, or you don't have a lot of space at home to do exercises. Well, here's the great news. You don't need fancy equipment or a lot of space to stay active. You can do plenty of bodyweight exercises like squats, lunges, push-ups, and planks that require little to no space. Even if you live in a small apartment, you can still find room to move. And there are so many free resources online, from workout videos to fitness apps, that don't require equipment at all.
Absolutely, Julia. The truth is, you don't need a fancy gym or expensive equipment to get a great workout. There are so many creative ways to get active at home or outdoors, and all it takes is a bit of creativity and planning. So, whether it's finding a small corner of your living room for some stretching, or heading outside for a walk or a jog, you can make it work no matter where you are.
In the end, the most important thing is to remember that physical activity is a journey, not a destination. Everyone faces obstacles along the way, but it's how you overcome them that makes the difference. Whether it's scheduling your workouts, finding motivation in a friend or activity you love, or simply starting with small, achievable steps. There's always a way to make physical activity a part of your life.
That's a great reminder, Julia. And as we wrap up this section, I want to encourage our listeners to not be too hard on themselves if they face challenges along the way. It's all about progress, not perfection. Just take it one step at a time, and remember that every small effort counts. Now, Julia, we've shared a lot of helpful information about physical activity and the ways it can impact your health and well-being. But sometimes, hearing real-life stories can make things feel even more relatable. It's easy to read about the benefits of exercise and think, that sounds great, but will it really work for me? So, let's take a moment to explore some real-life examples of people who have made physical activity a part of their lives and seen incredible improvements.
That's right, Adam. There's something so powerful about hearing other people's stories, especially when we can relate to their struggles and their success. I think it helps to realize that everyone starts somewhere. And no matter where you are right now, making physical activity a regular part of your routine can bring real, tangible results. So, let's start with a story I've heard recently about someone named Sarah, who was dealing with some health challenges, but found a way to use exercise to change her life.
I'd love to hear it. Please share, Julia.
Well, Sarah is in her early 30s, and a few years ago, she was struggling with stress and anxiety. She had a demanding job and found it difficult to manage the pressure. She was also dealing with some weight gain and low energy levels, which only made her...
That's a great place to start. Sometimes just stepping outside and getting some fresh air can work wonders for our mental health.
Exactly, Adam. Sarah wasn't expecting any major changes at first, but over time, she noticed a huge difference. As she made walking a regular habit, she felt less stressed, more energized, and even started losing weight. She also felt more confident in herself, which had a big impact on her mood. Eventually, she started adding other activities like yoga and swimming into her routine. What's really inspiring about Sarah's story is that she didn't start with huge, intense workouts. She began with small steps, and those small steps led to bigger changes in her life.
Wow, that's an amazing transformation. It just goes to show that physical activity doesn't have to be overwhelming or complicated. Starting small and sticking with it can make a huge difference over time.
Exactly. And I think Sarah's story is a great example of how exercise can benefit both your physical and mental well-being. When you start with small, manageable activities, like walking or stretching, you can gradually build momentum. It's not about jumping into the hardest workouts right away. It's about making a commitment to yourself and taking things one step at a time. And the rewards, as Sarah discovered, can be life-changing.
I couldn't agree more, Julia. Another inspiring example I know is about a man named Mike, who struggled with chronic back pain for years. He had tried various treatments, but nothing seemed to help. He'd heard that physical activity could help with pain management, but he was hesitant because he didn't want to make his condition worse. However, after speaking with his doctor, Mike decided to try incorporating some gentle exercises into his routine, starting with swimming.
That's such a great example of how exercise can be used to address specific health concerns. Swimming is a low-impact activity, which makes it perfect for someone like Mike, who has back pain. How did that work out for him?
Well, at first, Mike was cautious, but over time he began to notice improvements. The buoyancy of the water took pressure off his joints and spine, and the gentle movements helped strengthen his muscles. After a few weeks of swimming regularly, he experienced less pain and more mobility. Eventually, Mike added some strength training and yoga into his routine to further support his back and improve his flexibility. Today, Mike is able to move more freely and has significantly less pain. His story is a testament to the power of physical activity in managing chronic health conditions.
That's incredible. It's amazing how physical activity, even something as gentle as swimming, can help with specific health issues like back pain. It's another example of how exercise doesn't just improve overall health. It can be a targeted solution for particular challenges. Mike didn't have to do extreme workouts to see these benefits, just consistent mindful activity that was right for his needs.
I love that, Julia. And Mike's story also shows us that it's important to listen to our bodies. You don't need to push yourself beyond your limits, especially if you're dealing with a specific health issue. It's all about finding activities that work for you and your body's needs. And like Sarah and Mike, you can build on small wins over time.
Absolutely, Adam. And I've heard other stories too that really highlight how exercise can make a difference in people's lives. One story that stands out is about a woman named Lisa, who was struggling with depression after a difficult life event. She found herself feeling isolated and disconnected, and her mental health was suffering. But a friend suggested that she try a weekly yoga class. Lisa wasn't sure it would work, but she decided to give it a try.
Yoga, that's interesting. How did it work for her?
At first, Lisa was hesitant and wasn't sure if it was something she would enjoy. But after a few sessions, she began to feel calmer and more focused. The breathing exercises, combined with gentle stretching, helped her clear her mind and relax her body. Over time, she started to feel more in control of her emotions. She realized that her yoga practice not only helped with her flexibility, but also improved her mood and reduced her anxiety. Eventually, she joined a community of people who practiced yoga regularly, which added a social aspect to her routine. Lisa now credits yoga as one of the key factors in her journey to mental wellness.
That's an amazing transformation, Julia. It's incredible how yoga, which is a practice focused on breathing and mindfulness, can have such a positive impact on mental health. Lisa's story shows us how important it is to find something that helps us relax and reconnect with ourselves, especially when we're going through difficult times.
Exactly, Adam. And Lisa's story highlights the fact that physical activity isn't always about intense workouts or achieving physical goals. It can also be about improving mental and emotional well-being. Sometimes just a few minutes of quiet, focused movement can make a world of difference.
You're absolutely right, Julia. All of these stories are so inspiring because they show how different types of physical activities, whether it's walking, swimming, yoga, or anything else, can be a powerful tool for improving our lives. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is that you start. And even if you face challenges along the way, there's always a way to make physical activity work for you.
That's so true, Adam. And now we want to hear from our listeners. Have you experienced any positive changes in your life through physical activity? Whether it's improved health, better mood, or just feeling more energized, we'd love to hear your stories. Please share your experiences in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to take the first step toward a healthier and more active life.
We encourage everyone to share their journey, no matter how big or small the changes may seem. Remember, every step counts, and you're not alone in this journey. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to hearing your stories. We've covered a lot about the benefits of physical activity and how it can transform your life. But let's be real for a moment. Staying active isn't always easy. Life gets busy, unexpected things happen, and sometimes motivation just isn't there. So, in this section, we're going to tackle some common obstacles people face when trying to stay active and offer practical solutions to help you overcome them.
That's right, Adam. It's so common to encounter challenges along the way. Whether it's a lack of time, energy, or motivation, we all face these hurdles at some point. But the key is not to let them stop you from reaching your fitness goals. Instead, let's think about how we can overcome these obstacles and make physical activity a consistent and enjoyable part of our lives.
Let's start with one of the biggest challenges: lack of time. We know how busy life can get, and sometimes it feels like there's simply no time to fit in exercise. But the truth is, you don't need hours at the gym to stay active. Small changes can make a big difference. Even just 15 minutes of exercise a day can have a positive impact on your health. The key is to make it a priority and find ways to squeeze in activity throughout your day.
Absolutely, Adam. For example, if you have a busy workday, try taking a walk during your lunch break. You can also break up your activity into smaller chunks. If you don't have time for a full workout, take a 5.
That's a great point, Julia. And another common obstacle is lack of energy. After a long day of work, it's easy to feel exhausted and not have the motivation to get moving. But here's the thing. Exercise can actually boost your energy levels. It may seem counterintuitive, but physical activity gets your blood flowing, releases endorphins, and helps reduce feelings of fatigue. So even if you're tired, a short burst of activity can leave you feeling more energized.
That's so true, Adam. If you're feeling low on energy, try starting with something gentle like stretching, yoga, or a light walk. Even a small amount of movement can lift your mood and help you feel more awake. And if you're still feeling tired after your workout, don't beat yourself up. It's important to listen to your body and rest when you need it.
And then, of course, there's the challenge of motivation. Let's face it, staying motivated to exercise regularly can be tough, especially when you don't see immediate results. But motivation is something that can come and go. It's the habit that keeps you going. One of the best ways to stay motivated is to set realistic goals and celebrate the small victories along the way.
Absolutely. It's so important to set goals that are specific, measurable, and achievable. Instead of thinking, I want to lose 20 pounds, try setting smaller goals like, I want to walk 30 minutes a day this week. When you achieve those small goals, it will boost your confidence and keep you motivated to keep going. And remember, progress isn't always about the numbers on a scale. Sometimes it's about how you feel, how much stronger you get, or how much better your sleep is.
Another way to stay motivated is to involve a friend or family member. When you have someone to work out with, you're more likely to stick with it because you're accountable to each other. Whether it's taking a walk, doing a workout class, or joining a sports team, having a workout buddy can make the experience more fun and less of a chore.
That's a fantastic tip, Adam. It's also helpful to track your progress. You can keep a journal, use a fitness app, or take photos of your progress. Seeing how far you've come can be a huge motivator. And don't forget to mix things up to keep things interesting. If you get bored with your routine, try a new activity, whether it's a different workout class, hiking, or even dancing. Keeping things fresh and exciting will make it easier to stay active in the long run.
I couldn't agree more. It's about finding a routine that works for you and staying flexible. If one thing isn't working, don't be afraid to try something new. And above all, remember that perfection isn't the goal. There will be days when life gets in the way or you just don't feel like working out, and that's okay. The important thing is to keep going, stay consistent, and be kind to yourself.
Exactly. The journey to staying active is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about making physical activity a regular, enjoyable part of your life. And with a little planning, motivation, and perseverance, you can overcome any obstacle that comes your way.
Well said, Julia. Remember, listeners, no matter what challenges you face, there's always a way to stay active and make physical activity a part of your life. It's all about finding what works for you and staying committed to your health and well-being.
And as we wrap up this section, we want to remind you that you're not alone in this journey. It's okay to face obstacles, but it's even more important to keep pushing through. We're here to support you, and we encourage you to share your own tips for staying active and motivated in the comments below.
Yes, please do. We'd love to hear how you stay active and motivated in your own life. And remember, no matter how small the step, it's all progress. Keep moving, and you'll see the benefits unfold.
Exactly, Adam. When it comes to fitness, there are so many options out there. Cardio, strength training, yoga, Pilates, swimming, and the list goes on. It can feel overwhelming at first, but the key is to start with what feels right for you. Your fitness plan should be something you can enjoy and sustain over time. We're not just looking for quick fixes. We want to create habits that will keep you active for the long haul.
So, where do you start? First, it's important to define your goals. What do you want to achieve with your fitness plan? Are you looking to lose weight, build muscle, improve your endurance, or maybe just feel better overall? Your goals will help shape your plan and guide your choices. Once you've identified your main goal, you can start breaking it down into smaller, more manageable steps.
That's right, Adam. And one of the first things to consider when setting your fitness goals is to make them SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of saying, I want to get in shape, try setting a goal like I want to walk 30 minutes every day for the next month. This goal is clear, measurable, and gives you a specific time frame to work with.
Another important step is to find activities you enjoy. Let's face it, if you're not enjoying your workouts, it's much harder to stay consistent. So, experiment with different types of exercise to find what excites you. Maybe you love the idea of joining a local dance class, or perhaps you find peace in yoga. Whether it's running, cycling, or even gardening, choose activities that make you feel happy and energized.
Absolutely, Adam. And remember, your fitness plan doesn't have to be set in stone. It can evolve over time. As you get stronger and more confident, you can gradually increase the intensity of your workouts or try new activities. And don't forget about the importance of rest days. Rest is just as important as exercise, as it allows your body to recover and rebuild.
That's a great point, Julia. Speaking of intensity, it's also crucial to mix up your routine to prevent boredom and keep your body challenged. A well-rounded fitness plan includes a variety of activities that target different aspects of fitness, such as strength, flexibility, and cardiovascular health. For example, you might include strength training twice a week, a couple of yoga sessions, and some cardio like walking or cycling.
Yes, variety is key. Not only will it keep things interesting, but it will also help you avoid plateauing. Your body will adapt to the same routine over time, so introducing new challenges is a great way to keep progressing. But remember, consistency is still the foundation of any successful fitness plan. It's about making exercise a regular part of your routine, whether you're doing it every day or several times a week.
Another important aspect of your fitness plan is tracking your progress. Keeping track of your workouts can help you stay motivated and see how far you've come. You can write down your workouts in a fitness journal, use a fitness app, or take photos of yourself to visually track your changes. Tracking your progress will help you stay focused on your goals and give you the confidence to keep moving forward.
And finally, let's talk about accountability. It's easy to skip a workout when no one is holding you accountable, but finding ways to stay accountable can make a big difference. You could involve a workout buddy, join a fitness class, or even share your progress with friends or family. When you have someone to share your fitness journey with, it becomes more fun and motivating.
To wrap up this section, we want to remind you that creating a fitness plan isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Your plan should be a tool that helps you stay on track, but it's important to remain flexible. Life happens, and some days you might not be able to stick to your plan exactly. And that's okay. The most important thing is to keep showing up for yourself and your health.
That's right. We hope you feel inspired and ready to create your personalized fitness plan. Remember, the journey to better health is a marathon, not a sprint. Take it one step at a time and, most importantly, have fun along the way. Your fitness journey is yours to shape, and we believe in you every step of the way.
And as always, feel free to share your fitness plans and any tips or experiences you have in the comments below. We love hearing from you and supporting each other on this journey to better health. Keep moving, stay motivated, and we'll see you in the next section.
Life can get very busy, can't it, Adam? Between work, school, family responsibilities, and everything else, it sometimes feels impossible to find time for exercise. But the truth is, staying active doesn't have to be an all-or-nothing approach. You don't need to spend hours in the gym every day to enjoy the benefits of physical activity. Today, we're going to discuss how you can stay active even during your busiest times.
Absolutely, Julia. It's all about making physical activity a priority in your daily life, even if your schedule is packed. We know it can be hard to fit in exercise when you have a million other things to do, but once you make it a habit, it becomes much easier to work into your day. It's about finding creative ways to incorporate movement into your routine, no matter how tight your schedule is.
Let's start with one simple solution: breaking up your workouts into smaller sessions. If you don't have a full hour to dedicate to exercise, don't worry. You can still get a great workout by splitting it into smaller 10 or 15-minute segments throughout the day. For example, you could do a 10-minute walk in the morning, a quick stretching session at lunch, and then a 15-minute bodyweight workout in the evening. It all adds up, and these short bursts of activity are just as effective as longer sessions.
And here's another great tip: making the most of your commute. If you drive to work or school, try parking a little farther away from your destination so you can walk those extra steps. If you take public transportation, get off 1 or 2 stops earlier and walk the rest of the way. Small changes like this can make a big difference over time and help you add more movement to your day without much effort.
That's right, Adam. Active breaks are another excellent way to stay active during your busy day. Instead of sitting at your desk for hours, take regular breaks to stretch, walk around, or do a few quick exercises. Even just 5 minutes of moving every hour can keep your body energized and prevent stiffness. Plus, these breaks help to clear your mind and improve your focus, so it's a win-win situation.
Great point, Julia. And if you're really short on time, you can also combine physical activity with other tasks. For example, if you're watching TV, try doing some gentle exercises like leg lifts, squats, or yoga stretches while you catch up on your favorite show. Or if you're on a phone call, why not walk around the room or do some light stretches? These are simple ways to keep moving without interrupting your regular routine.
It's all about being intentional with your time. Even though your days might be packed, there are always opportunities to squeeze in a bit of movement. The key is to make those small moments count and see them as a chance to improve your health, rather than another task on your to-do list. And as you make physical activity a regular part of your day, it will start to feel like second nature.
Another important thing to consider is setting realistic goals based on your current lifestyle. If you're someone who feels like they have no time to exercise, your goal might be to aim for just 20 minutes of physical activity 3 times a week. As you start to feel more comfortable, you can gradually increase your activity level. The key is not to overwhelm yourself. Start small and build from there.
Speaking of building from there, let's talk about involving family or friends in your physical activity routine. Sometimes it's easier to stay active when you have someone else to motivate you. You could set up a weekly walking group with your friends or play an active game with your children. Having a buddy or partner to exercise with not only makes it more enjoyable, but it also keeps you accountable.
And let's not forget about utilizing technology to stay on track. There are so many fitness apps and devices out there that can help you track your activity, set reminders, and even join virtual fitness challenges. Whether it's a pedometer to count your steps or a fitness tracker to log your workouts, technology can be a great motivator to keep moving, especially when your schedule is packed.
Absolutely, Adam. And if you ever feel overwhelmed or discouraged because you haven't been able to stick to your plan, remember that it's okay to have off days. Life happens, and sometimes you might miss a workout or two. The important thing is not to give up. Just get back on track the next day and keep moving forward. Every small effort you make counts towards a healthier and more active lifestyle.
Exactly. So, to wrap up this section, we encourage you to embrace the small moments and find creative ways to stay active during your busy times. Whether it's parking farther away, taking active breaks, or involving others in your fitness routine, every bit of movement matters. The key is to make physical activity a regular and enjoyable part of your life, no matter how busy your schedule gets.
That's right, Adam. We know it can be tough, but remember, taking care of your health is one of the most important things you can do for yourself. By prioritizing physical activity, you're investing in your well-being for the long term. So, start small, stay consistent, and most importantly, enjoy the journey.
We hope you found this section helpful. As always, feel free to share your own tips and experiences in the comments below. We love hearing how you stay active, even during the busiest times. Stay tuned for the next section, where we'll continue exploring more ways to live a healthy, balanced life.
Well, Adam, here we are at the end of another great discussion, and we hope you, our wonderful listeners, are feeling motivated and ready to take action. But before we finish up, let's take a moment to recap everything we've talked about in today's podcast.
Absolutely, Julia. First, we dove into what physical activity actually is. We explained it in simple terms: any movement of the body that burns calories, whether it's a walk around the block, some yoga, running, or even stretching. Physical activity isn't about perfection. It's about taking that first step and moving your body in a way that feels good for you.
And then we explored the numerous benefits of staying active, didn't we? Physical activity has such a profound impact on your health. It improves heart health, strengthens muscles and bones, helps with weight management, and gives you more energy throughout the day. But it's not just about physical health. We also talked about the mental and emotional benefits, including stress relief, better sleep, and a more positive outlook.
Yes, absolutely, Julia. And what we really want to emphasize today is that no matter who you are or what your current fitness level is, physical activity is for everyone. Whether you're young or old, fit, or just starting out, everyone can find a form of movement that works for them. It's about taking small steps, building consistency, and most importantly, enjoying the process.
Exactly. And of course, we discussed practical ways to get started with physical activity, even if you're a beginner. Starting small, like a short walk or stretching, can make a huge difference. It's all about setting realistic goals that fit your lifestyle and sticking to them, no matter how busy you are. Consistency is key.
Right, Julia. But we also addressed some of the common barriers people face, like lack of time, motivation, or energy. The solutions we shared, like scheduling your workouts, involving friends or family, or even finding ways to stay active while doing other tasks, can help you overcome these obstacles. It's all about making small changes and seeing them add up over time.
Yes. And to make it even more motivating, we shared real-life examples of people who transformed their lives with physical activity. Those stories are a reminder that change is possible for anyone, and it's never too late to start. Even if you feel like you've fallen off track or can't keep up with others, the most important thing is that you try. Every small step counts, and every effort you put in will make a difference.
And I think the key takeaway from today's episode is that physical activity doesn't have to be complicated or overwhelming. You don't need to go to a gym or do extreme workouts. You don't need to commit hours of your day. What you need is the intention to move, to prioritize your health, and to make time for yourself. Whether it's dancing to your favorite song or taking a quick walk around the block, any activity is progress.
Absolutely. And if there's one thing we want to leave you with today, it's this. Take the first step. It doesn't matter if it's just a few minutes of movement or a longer session. Just get started. Your future self will thank you for it. The more you move, the better you'll feel, and the healthier you'll become. So, don't wait until tomorrow. Start today. Your health is your most valuable asset, and physical activity is a great way to invest in it.
And as we wrap up, we just want to say a big thank you to all of you for tuning in today. We truly appreciate you taking the time to listen to this episode of the English Globe podcast. We hope that it has inspired you to get moving and take charge of your physical health. Remember, the road to a healthier lifestyle is paved with small steps, and we're here to support you every step of the way.
And we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, questions, and experiences in the comments below. How are you planning to stay active in your daily life? What are some challenges you've faced, and how have you overcome them? Let's start a conversation and help each other stay motivated.
Absolutely. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the English Globe so you never miss an episode. We have more exciting content coming your way, and we don't want you to miss it. We also encourage you to share this podcast with your friends and family. The more people we can inspire to live a balanced and active life, the better. Plus, by sharing this podcast, you're helping others improve their English too. And that's what the English Globe is all about. Learning together.
That's right, Adam. And before we go, just a quick reminder to take action. Start small, stay consistent, and remember that every little bit counts. Whether it's walking, stretching, dancing, or doing yoga, every movement is a step toward a healthier you. So, make today the day you take that first step.
We believe in you, and we know you can do it. Thanks again for joining us today, and we look forward to bringing you more inspiring and educational content here on the English Globe podcast. Until next time, stay active, stay healthy, and keep learning.
Take care, everyone. See you in the next episode, and don't forget, small changes lead to big results. Keep moving forward, and we'll be here cheering you on.